All right, so I've got a huge day in Nashville. I got a really big meeting coming up that I'll probably share more about here soon. Got to make it to that meeting. Actually, I don't have to rush to it. That meeting's at 4 o'clock, leaving at about 8:30 this morning because I've got some other meetings. But yeah, Nashville has been a place that's been really good to me. Hold on. But yeah, Nashville's been a place that's been really good to me, and the vibes continue. Nashville continues to give back. It's also freezing cold this morning. I'm not ready for it. Here's Tyler, newest member of the team.
What's up?
Morning, dude.
How are you, bud?
Feeling good.
Good, man.
Let's go to Nashville. One of the most popular questions I get asked in terms of business is like, how do you network? How do you put yourself in positions to grow your business? And so today is actually a perfect example. We will have driven 6 hours in total today from Memphis to Nashville just to have a conversation. Just to have a conversation with a production company that could potentially become a partner that would truly double the size of the operation that we have right now. So driving 6 hours, taking the time to do that might sound crazy to some people to, spend the money on gas, spend the time in the car and do all those things. But that is what I've learned is like, that is putting yourself in a position to win. You don't know where that conversation could go. Sure, the conversation today could be a total bust. It may not lead anywhere. I don't know. But that's the thing is if you just sit around wondering or sit around thinking like, I don't know if this conversation is really going to go anywhere. I don't know if this company or this organization or this potential client's going to want to partner with me. If you just kind of have that mentality, then you're going to stay at home. You're going to hide behind emails. You're going to hide behind Instagram DMs. You're going to hide behind a screen in hopes that that's going to allow you to build and grow. When in reality is anybody who has gotten, whatever level of success in business will tell you is that you've got to do things like what's happening today. You got to take chances. You got to drive some miles. You got to put in some hours. You got to maybe fly somewhere. You need to go and meet with people face to face, get in their face. You need to be with people face to face and get to know people, have conversations, and just know that the first conversation, the second conversation, and the third conversation may not lead to anything, and that's okay. But the fourth conversation or the fifth conversation that you have with these people could be the conversation that just breaks open everything. So again, I'm not necessarily expecting a specific result out of today's conversation with this organization, but this could be the second conversation in a series of conversations that could truly transform my business. All right, so we are at location for this meeting. I think if you would have asked me like 2 or 3 years ago, would I be nervous for a meeting like this? Possibly one of the biggest meetings in the last 4 years for me in my business. Would I be nervous for this moment? And I think, yeah, 2 or 3 years ago, I for sure would have been nervous. But I think in this moment right now, I know what I do. I know how I do it. I know how I approach things. I'm confident in who I am as a creator, as a director, as a producer, also as a DP. I'm confident in what we have to offer. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I know that this conversation could lead to some huge things. And at the end of the day, it could also, it could go nowhere. And that's just the reality of these opportunities. So not putting too much pressure on myself to have to secure this because there are factors that are out of my control. But at the same time, just being confident in knowing who I am and what I do and what I have to offer and bring to the table. I'm confident in that. So I'm going to go in there with that kind of confidence and just try to have a good time, read the room, read what they're saying and what their vibe is, and get a feel for that and play off of it. And we will report back once it's over. All right, so meeting is concluded and feeling phenomenal, feeling really good about that. Again, it's not always about getting specific deal, specific contract, inking something, these like tangible things that we often want early on. It's about building those relationships. It's about forging those relationships. Allowing people to get to know you and to be confident with you. That's how you build great partnerships that lead to building your business. And so for me, that's what this meeting was all about. It's just forging that relationship, getting to know them better. And we did exactly that. Have great feeling when we left. Just the things that I heard, just mutually, were really, really good. So remember that as you're pursuing, as you're growing your business, as you're having conversations, just see where things go. Allow for things to marinate and grow organically, and give it time. Be patient throughout the process. But yeah, overall, conversation was great. I think it's going to lead to really big things. Just don't know when exactly, but it's coming. It's coming. And so, drive 6 hours if you have to. Drive 12 hours if you have to. Drive through the night if you have to go to a meeting and have a conversation and get to know people, because there's no specific equation for how to do this, but that is my best piece of advice for how to be successful: is give it the time it needs, go out of your way, drive as far as you need to drive to have those conversations and build those relationships. Right?
Absolutely. Take the time. It's worth it.
Worth it. And then have a steak dinner after. All right, what do we get for dinner?
Oh man, this is the treat.
Oh.
Taco Bell.
Dude, sometimes you just gotta get the bell.
You can celebrate the wins with the bell. Who needs steak dinner?
We said steak dinner, but we got the bell.